say
Oh,
man.
How did it
That
live?
thing is courageous.
Bruh.
We just gotta get loosened up before we start talking. We just gotta talk about
I really do.
I laughed. Just kidding.
You do.
This
Is the buzz. Welcome to episode
dominoes.
1.
Yeah, what time do we have?
Ouch.
Well, we never did an intro.
We just did right now.
No, that's not going to be the intro.
It could be. You got
That'd
something
be
better?
crazy.
And this is the first question.
This is the it's the first question
Question?
we're going to address.
Oh,
First
no.
question of
One.
episode 1.
Okay, so we got one question
One question.
from someone.
That was.
So we got one that's, what's the perfect size family? And then that goes right along with another one someone else sent in. That is, if the Lord should grant to you the opportunity to have children of your own, what does your ideal family look like?
Okay, I want 5 kids, but that's just because I like odd numbers and because you could still fit in a smaller vehicle if needed to go on road trips. I'm all about the road trips.
Practical.
But, and it's also kind of a big family vibe without
Right.
being absolutely a huge family.
Yeah, like
That's why I like it, because
like
you
if
want...
you want to go with that flow of 10 kids under 10, that's okay.
I
That's
actually
fine.
have seen some adorable families like that, but...
But it's not really my thing. I don't know.
Okay, so how many kids do you want?
Well, let's be real. None of us are really on that track right now.
Well, that's
I
very
mean,
true.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Just
to say,
like
a perfect number. Right now, I would probably say 4 or 5 would probably be ideal. 4 to 6 is like.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
kind
sounds
of
like
that
a
window.
good number. It's just middle of the road, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
I do
want
love
my
having
like kids to have
7
siblings.
siblings, but
I want my kids to have siblings. Like,
Right.
that is so essential.
Yeah,
Can you
definitely.
imagine being an only child? Ooh.
And I can't
Roughy.
even imagine right now having less than 7 siblings.
Well, I know that's because we have them.
Well,
And it was
obviously.
great.
I mean, there's only one that I would really want to get rid of. Just
You're so
kidding.
funny.
Wow. I can tell who that is.
I mean, you always have that guy when this question comes up that is like exaggerated. He goes exaggerated high, like 15 or 18.
Well, maybe he wants to be the next Duggar.
Just,
Maybe.
Just because, you gotta have that guy.
Yeah.
So I suppose I could be that guy.
What does your ideal family look like? Like, is
Ooh,
there any
is that
more
what
you
that
can-
means?
I mean-
Ideal
I mean,
family
that was
look
one
like?
part of it,
Well,
but
I mean,
like-
that's a major.
Blue
Like,
eyes.
do they
black hair.
Do they tuck their shoes? Do they tuck their pants in their shoes? Do they tuck their shirts into their pants?
Oh,
No.
goodness, no.
And
That's
they
a hard no. Well,
Are they like
I mean-
homeschooled?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Homeschooled is good. But like,
Do they
just,
act
like,
homeschooled?
stereotypical
I mean-
homeschool.
My
mean,
kids are gonna act homeschool. I'm gonna drive a 15-passenger van.
With 5 kids.
With all my
all your
couple
kids are
kids.
just in the
All
back.
gonna wear
Like,
button-down short-sleeve tees.
They're all gonna be
Oh,
required
no.
to wear a knife.
Oh yeah, the pocket
Because
knife, yeah.
No.
that's just
With the little flippy
necessary.
plier things.
necessary.
It's a necessity. Yep. Yeah, they
Oh.
all have to be like Leathermans because that's practical.
you have a
It's a little bit
Age
too-
when you're gonna get them a Leatherman, like when they turn 7 or something.
That was actually the exact number I was thinking. But
Yes.
yeah, like you can't just have a straight knife that flips open around. That's too.
Yeah, they gotta have
It's too
at least a screwdriver and a pliers.
It's not
along with a
practical
knife.
enough. Like they need to have.
They would never survive with just a knife.
Basically, if you go into the forest, you have to be
Completely
able to
prepared.
live on that knife alone. I think we would be surprised though at how many guys carry knives because we're not used to carrying knives, so we just don't think of other guys as carrying knives.
Right.
Did you
So
ever carry
that
knives?
should be like we should make a poll. Do you carry a knife or not?
That
Yeah,
would be
I mean, like I
interesting.
am actually surprised a lot
not
of
a bad
times
thing.
at who ends up carrying a knife. Like,
The most shocking people.
yeah, because it's obviously a homeschool stereotype
At least from us.
to wear a
though,
knife
From our perspective.
from our perspective.
because we never wore knives.
And so then, like, you just kind of imagine in your head,
It
this
was
guy would
with
carry a knife,
your
and this guy
watch
wouldn't,
face.
and then all of a sudden, the guy that you think wouldn't be carrying a knife has a knife in his pocket.
And they come in handy when you like need certain things. Every once in a while.
I feel like if someone carries a knife, you usually know about it. Like,
Only
you,
if
I feel like
only
if
if
you're
you carry
having
it on their
trouble
belt.
opening brats, they're always like, I have a knife.
That's
random, but yes.
I carried a knife for like a couple days stint when I was like 8.
That's
And then
what
it got
I
too
thought.
heavy.
And now I pretty much only carry a knife.
We
when
would
I'm
always
hiking.
carry them when we were out in like the woods, though, playing like whatever we were
Well,
playing.
yeah, but we're talking about just like
just
going
like
to town
naturally.
or
But like that's
whatever.
the 3 days
Yeah.
didn't
like
leave.
carrying it like your phone.
I don't think I ever went.
I
to
think
town
we've
with it.
derailed from the ideal family.
We have. So,
a
That's what
very
we're going
long
for,
way.
I guess.
are you looking for more serious, deep content or light and humorous? I would be more for light and humorous.
But
Well,
there's
that's
a
what I
place.
like. Like, that's my personal preference, but, like,
That's the easiest to talk about.
It comes more naturally.
but, like, you know, it's always good to, like, talk about some
Yeah,
of the
I
tough
mean,
things.
Some
like
deep.
I want like some deep as well. Like, yeah, but not
Depends what you
I just-
consider deep.
Not more of.
deep ones. You actually have to come up with like a thought. Like, you can't just ramble on like whatever you want to. And then you have to end up saying all the time, and it sounds awkward.
Yeah.
Dom's
Well, like
lifelong problem.
basically, we would like we
A
want
mixture.
a balance, a healthy balance.
Balance. Everything
That's-
needs a balance.
But I would rather have a 4-to-1 ratio.
Wow, quite the balance there.
Yeah.
We need a balance, but 4 to 1. That's a pretty.
I
good
prefer to
balance.
laugh over, you know,
I mean, yeah, but
think.
Yeah,
But it's
I
good.
think 4-to-1 would be great, but I mean, obviously, it's not going to end up that. I mean, we might answer 4-to-1, but I don't think they'll like regulate themselves to 4-to-1.
Yeah, that's totally fine. We can regulate it for them.
Why do elephants need to be dressed when they're in rooms? And that was relating to our introduction when our opening scene, I think, when somebody said
Hello, elephant.
hello.
We need-
elephant.
yeah.
And
'Cause we
so
needed to
I
address
don't have an answer for that one. I mean,
Read it again.
why do elephants need to be dressed when they're in rooms? And maybe there's a legitimate answer. I don't know.
have
but-
an answer, but I do. It reminded me of the whole Disney cartoon
Disney.
vibe, like how Donald Duck is constantly walking around without pants, and then all of a sudden he's in the bathtub and someone peeks in the window and he like goes into his like shell mode to hide himself.
Yeah, that is weird.
doesn't
Huh, never thought of
doesn't
that.
he like put on trunks when he goes swimming? Yep.
Yeah, and then they go to the beach and like all the cartoons have short like swimming trunks on.
Oh, that is
It
so
makes no
random.
sense.
That's what that reminded me of when I heard it.
I think it maybe is a joke, and I'm just not getting it. But
Yeah,
Let's Google
It's
it.
like
you never know. You never know.
You never do know.
the most I can get out of it is
Okay.
that Desiree asked, or someone said,
Yeah.
we need to address the elephant in
Right.
the room.
Yes.
And
That I
so
know.
they were asking, why does the elephant have to be dressed?
okay,
Right.
that
Well,
might
Maybe
yeah.
there's
make
actually a
it
joke.
That's
sense.
pretty much what I'm getting. I may be missing something.
Maybe
but
Yeah,
it's a
okay,
joke
that
and
makes
we're
more
just
sense.
too homeschooled.
Hopefully not.
Why? Hold on, Google. Wait, what's the question? Oh yeah.
What about
Okay. Stop. Going back. Okay. Why do elephants need to be dressed when they're in rooms? Elephant in the room.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure we were on the right track.
Yeah, it doesn't come up with anything.
No.
That's kind of
Okay,
disappointing.
okay.
It would be kind of fun if it Google came up with that.
I mean,
What does it
I
mean?
feel like there
Radically
should be
mixed.
something about trunks.
Yeah.
If I created a conservative Menno dating app, would you use it?
Okay.
I mean, I'd have to say no, just
I
because
don't
dating
think I
apps
would.
are written off for me.
I've never been much of a dating
What
app
would you
guy
What would you
myself.
call a Mennonite dating app?
Mm.
Ooh, I would love to name things, but I'm horrible on the spot.
Menno mingle?
That's what I thought right away, but then I was
But
like,
that's basic. Like
so
that's,
basic.
No, no.
that's not like very creative at all. That's just like a knockoff of Christian Mingle or the other or whatever else.
Christian Mingle.
Christian
Except it
What-
flows better.
What's the
Menno
original?
Mingle does flow.
The
It
original
definitely
one.
flows better.
Is that
You probably should have Menno in the word, or else you're going to be totally not sure that it's
Yeah, but
actually
here's my question to you.
legit.
So you would go on a blind date, but you wouldn't use a date
That's a little
for
different.
Mennos. What's
Well,
the
I
difference?
think it's different. It's
A
It is
dating app
different.
is just awkward.
it feels desperate.
But if it was a Menno, okay, how many Mennonites do you think would actually use a Menno dating?
I think a lot actually kind of surprisingly would.
I think it would be really
I bet.
interesting.
I
This is
feel
what I
Oh,
think.
that's
there would be-
terrible.
I
That
would
really
love to
is
set up a
terrible.
profile, and I would love to look at other people's profiles.
So it pretty much be
So,
Instagram.
Pretty much
kind of Instagram, except with a little bit more of
Well,
a
a
searching
couple
flair.
swiping actions.
I don't think
But
I
I
have
think a lot of
use for a
Mennonites
dating
are
app.
using Instagram as a dating app.
Mm,
Dude, do you see
Changed
the
my
weird
mind.
Mennonites that try? You see the weird Mennonites that try to follow me? And I'm like, I don't know you.
Why would they be trying to date you? No, just kidding.
I mean, no, I don't mean that. Definitely don't mean that. I'm just saying, like, there are people that will friend people that they don't, or follow people that they don't
Yeah,
know.
that's so confusing to me. I know, and
yeah,
I've had
that's
people
just
do
'cause,
it,
like, that's not who we are,
I
but.
mean,
but we wouldn't. That's just. But that doesn't mean that they want to date you.
No,
I
I
will
know,
follow you,
but,
but
like-
you don't follow the people you follow.
But they follow people they don't know.
To try to
And
get, like,
to
a
get
more
to
of a
know
friend
more
base
people.
Or,
Like, it's not necessarily dating, okay? They don't use it as a dating app, but they.
well, you can't
They
use
use
But
it.
social
as much
me-
as a Menno does, like that's how a Menno gets to know people. Why a Menno goes supposedly to go to Bible school to get to know people so that they can start dating them.
I mean-
literally the stereotype.
That's the
so if they
stereotype.
That's
use
definitely the stereotype.
if they use Instagram to get to know people, then it should be it would probably be the same stereotype.
Because then they're like.
Then they're just getting.
Then
to
they
know
then they
people.
know these people on the internet. They're
Yeah.
internet friends, and then sometimes they want to meet up. You know.
Or they like slide into DMs, you know.
I don't know. So is
Anyway, what was
Instagram a
it?
I don't know what you're
conservative?
trying
Not
to
a
say,
good
but it's a
idea.
little bit clicky.
Anyway, I would not use a
Sorry.
Mennonite dating app.
No,
I don't think I would.
I know,
just
but
don't
maybe
think
it's
there's a
partly
use for
like
that
my
in
brain,
life.
it has too much stigma
Well,
attached to it.
I'm not that hard up.
I feel like Mennonite culture just isn't ready for that.
It isn't quite ready for it.
That's one giant step for
One
Menno.
Ah.
But wait, I actually want to go.
Oh, let's go back.
I kind of wanted to go back.
The knife conversation.
No, I kind of wanted to go back to these people asking. Like, we had multiple people asking us what like our perfect family looks like, or how many kids we want, and we also had someone ask us like what our thoughts are on the wedding band.
Which is
And
what I was just gonna ask.
okay, and I just thought it was funny because we are all single,
Very true.
and
And we're getting questions.
we're getting asked about
That's because
Yeah,
we're
marriage,
so
family
knowledgeable.
type
And,
stuff. Look
families-
knowledgeable.
and like I mean
we should
I don't
not.
personally onto this wedding band thing. I don't personally wear a wedding band.
Really?
We have so many reasons.
Because I'm single.
None of us wear
I am
wedding bands.
So
So that,
Okay.
yeah, puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage since we haven't had to
right.
decide.
Anyway, I was going to read. I'm going to read that one so that it gets the entire question comes across.
Okay.
What is your take on wedding bands? And then he, in parentheses, this, an emoji of a diamond ring, and not this. It has a bunch of like trumpet, trombone, drum, microphone. So like a band that makes music.
Ooh, but I love music
I would-
better than wedding bands.
I mean,
I'd like to talk about that kind of band.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a new
Sounds
culture
good to
twist
me.
for
Let's
Mennonites?
go.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little awkward to go to weddings that have like an actual band like that, for me. 'Cause I'm just not
That's
used to
true.
it.
That's true.
Actually, it's awkward to go to any wedding.
an actual band.
Any
You
wedding.
mean
hate
like a
weddings.
musical?
Oh,
band?
goodness,
It's
no.
awkward to go to a,
So-
a musical band.
Not really. It's just,
Are we
it's like-
talking a musical band, like afterward, like at the reception?
Sounds a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
loud.
Oh.
Bands are generally very loud, and that is so not.
That is very
I know.
annoying. It's like, especially when your table's right next to the band.
I mean, I'm
Like,
just
when you grew up like
I'm
us.
too sheltered. I'm used to a cappella singing at weddings.
Not, oh,
Or piano, or whatever.
yeah,
but,
something soft and melodious.
That's because that's what you think of when you think of weddings.
but like the whole DJ thing, that's a little.
It's a,
It's
yeah.
un- Unnerving.
It's fine. It's great, but it's
Why?
it's a little
Okay,
bit
we went
different.
down the trail.
So are we
wanna-
both like
I
kind
know,
of
I know.
Not
Go
this,
back?
but we're gonna talk about it. We're
I
gonna
know,
talk
but-
about that too.
So then, tell me what your thoughts on an actual wedding ring band are.
Oh boy.
well,
Starting it off, do I actually ever see myself wearing one? Probably not.
I don't think so either. I mean, I guess I would have to say I'm not totally opposed to it.
Right. Yeah, like
For myself, I don't see that ever being a thing.
I really are. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not drawn to it. Is that the word?
I don't feel like it's really. I don't see it ever being a temptation.
Temptation.
Yeah, okay. I don't see it ever being like, enticing to wear one. Like, it just
Personally,
seems,
no.
for me, it seems like it could be a nuisance almost. Trying to keep track of it.
Yeah. For
And
me,
they
I
are
know I would.
expensive.
I
I mean,
know
they're
I
not.
would.
Oh,
They're
you
not
too.
super
You would
cheap.
lose it.
They're not super cheap, and then you have to like be so worried about losing this thing.
Do people sleep with their wedding rings on?
I would
I think
assume.
it depends on the person.
Really?
I think some people take it
Yeah.
off.
I would
And
assume
like it's
some
like
people
glasses.
definitely wear.
I would say they
Huh.
wear them, yeah.
But
When they're
most,
sleeping.
I mean, it's not a big deal. It's
I
literally.
would
I don't think it's.
Whacking themselves with a ring.
Yeah.
Do you
Just
really
kidding.
whack yourself though?
I mean, okay, one,
I'm
like
not
the
convinced.
woman, like the diamond. If it had a big diamond on it, it's
I don't think
super
you would
Less
sleep
comfortable.
with it.
No, probably not then.
Like just
like
a
a-
metal ring though.
Just
like,
a band, maybe.
like a band.
I know.
I don't remember where we were.
Well, it doesn't
But
matter.
it-
Anyway, hopefully we're in the same spot as
Do
we
you think you had read the question at least?
I don't know. I think so.
We should probably just restart that.
Let's just do it.
And so we were talking about losing a wedding band in the sink. Talking about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about
We hadn't ever given any conclusive answers.
Conclusive?
hate
I think we're not going to get to the
conclusive
conclusive
answers.
part.
I mean, how we feel about it though.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if people wear a wedding
Conclusive.
band. Like I don't think it's wrong.
Yeah,
We make
correct.
the
I honestly
conclusive
wouldn't even think it was wrong. Would be wrong for me to wear a wedding band.
No.
Right.
But I probably won't because of first of all convenience things and tradition. Like we haven't done it.
right. And so
And
it seems weird to
thirdly-
just start.
Yeah,
now.
there's definitely a part of
Thirdly, but not the least,
tradition.
is when, like, especially depending what kind of church you're a part of, or even what circle, friend groups you're a part of, it can create tensions, like,
With or without.
with
Right.
or without, yes. And
Yeah.
so, like, sometimes, for me, I hang out with a lot of people that would actually have more of a deal with it, and so, like, why would I put
a
them
deal
through
with
that?
wearing it or
With,
without.
with
Because
wearing
since it doesn't matter
Because
that I
they
do
would
wear
be
one.
more traditional. Like no. I mean, you can be traditional and wear a wedding
either
ring.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, more, like, less likely to wear one, and
Right.
more likely to have a beef with wearing one.
Right.
So then, if I'm hanging out with those people most of the time, it kind of sounds like I'm just, like, doing whatever people please, but I feel like why
But I
create those
feel
kind of
like-
tensions, especially if you're a part of church that has, like, tensions because of it.
And I feel like,
Yeah.
especially
Like, I mean, if I was a
for,
part of a Mennonite church,
for
that would have a
me,
problem with
Right.
it.
like, why would I wear one if I don't feel like I should? Like, I don't feel like I should
No.
wear a wedding ring, so why would I if it's just going to cause tension?
If you have an
Right.
office job, okay? So you have an office job and you work with lots of people of the opposite gender, okay? And it would be very normal for them to wear wedding rings and they would think you were single if you didn't. Then you
Right.
probably would want to wear one.
Yeah, I think that could be
Yeah, that could
a
definitely.
place.
Or
where-
either that or like wear a sign on your forehead that says I'm married.
Wow.
Right. It kind of does depend a lot on, like, things like that, other circumstances.
I mean,
I would
you
say.
wouldn't have a problem with it because nobody would be attracted to you. I mean,
Wow.
so funny.
so anyway,
I guess.
I mean,
feel like
it's not
I
like
think it really depends on your environment.
so the answer is yes and
how
no.
you grew up.
with that
Good
ring one.
lordy.
What are your thoughts on
Bravo.
drinking cereal versus spoon?
Drinking cereal.
I mean, get down to the bottom of your bowl,
No cereal.
and it takes
just
a
milk.
long time to just do the
Just milk left, you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. And then you drink it, or would you just spoon it out the whole time?
It takes forever.
I actually spoon it because, number one, I'm a really sloppy person and gulpy person, so I can do my part to try to be a little bit more classy than that, and so I spoon it. I still gulp with every spoonful, but at least I try.
Even when you're at home here, like in the morning.
Yeah, actually, she does.
I
But here's
do,
my-
unless like I am literally really running out of time and I misjudged my thing and I just quickly have to get rid of
Honestly,
it.
it really depends on me what kind of bowl I'm drinking out of.
Yeah, paper.
Paper is the worst to drink out of. It's
can't
like your
drink
lip is like hot. It's like you're eating a hamburger. Anyway, so but if I go to someone's house and it's like a plastic bowl, I don't really like to put my lips on plastic bowls.
Ooh.
It's just like
Wow.
rough usually. The edge. I don't like it.
fan.
But it's
But if
thin.
it's like
It's thin. I normally drink out of those.
No.
but they like I feel
Because
like
Like
they have a
grandma's
taste.
plastic bowls?
Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
thin, and you can get your lip
It's
around
still
it
weird.
easily.
I know,
No,
but
It's
it's
not
still
like
it
Pharrell.
The ones I
Pharrell
hate,
is golden.
the ones I hate are when you go to people's houses and they're like this shallow bowl,
like a plate.
Yeah, and it's like I always get way too much cereal in those because
I
it
know what you're talking about.
looks-
The kind that
I
has
mean,
a,
it's
like a
like-
sharp edge and then a wide flat rim.
like the
Ooh,
tiny
like the worst.
Tom and Danae's kind of bowls.
Oh, those two.
You know
yeah.
those square things that are like
Yeah.
shallow? Pour your cereal in and it's like it looks like such a little bit. And so you keep pouring and you pour your milk in and then you start eating it. It's like tons of cereal. And
I didn't ever think about that. Okay.
you have like it's square, so it's got corners.
You have to drink out of a corner. For
You
your
have to drink out of a corner, which just feels so weird.
Yeah, I don't ever drink out of. I don't usually eat
Or-
breakfast there, but I never drink out of.
Or
Do
the
you
ones
drink
that-
out of the bowl when you're at someone else's house?
No. It depends whose house. Like if
Usually-
I was at Tom and A's and they had a round bowl, I would drink out of them.
Yeah, then totally.
It
If
really
I'm in
depends on the
Get
public-
some
house.
round bowls,
if I'm in
people.
public, I would definitely not slurp out of the bowl.
Yeah.
If
I
I'm at
wouldn't
home,
either.
I
Same.
usually do.
Right.
And because other people's houses, I just don't like doing the stuff. Even if they're not around. It just
Yeah.
feels weird.
You never
if
know
no
when they have a
one's
video
around.
camera.
If no one's around, I'm gonna drink. But it really depends on the environment because I know that some people get annoyed by that. So if I'm in public, I just spoon it. Usually.
Then
Yeah,
I usually
takes
try not to
forever,
take
but-
quite so much milk
Usually
Yeah.
I don't take as
because
much
like you
as-
just have more dry cereal.
Yeah, and then you're just like trying to get that crunchy first
Crunchy
layer.
boy.
Ah, it's a rough one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, along with that question, pizza with a fork or with your hand?
I always eat with my hand almost.
What kind of
Depends on
pizza?
the consistency
When
of
it's
the
mom's
pizza.
pizza, I eat it with. When it's mom's pizza, I eat it with a fork because it's
Yes.
soft. It like
Soft,
floppy,
yes.
and I don't like I don't hold my I don't hold my pizza like this. I like hold it
Yeah.
like this, and it sits on top.
Oh yeah,
And
you're
And
it
that
sits
when
way.
you do
in the
like this,
middle.
it like sinks in the middle, and it comes through, and then all the little
Oh.
soft stuff
Yeah.
comes around the toppings. The toppings come around, and it's
That makes
messy.
sense.
I mean, there's a
Yes.
lot of variables.
But
Again.
with the cardboard pizza,
Fingers.
frozen pizza,
All of it.
Yeah.
just
Oh,
yeah.
it takes so much work to soften that with a fork.
Yeah.
Pizza
Oh,
Hut,
you,
I
have
always
to be open-minded with pizza like that because, yeah, Pizza Hut, I always eat like the first,
Yes,
like,
the
the
first
tip.
bit.
The first like 2 inches of the tip, I eat with a fork
And
then I'll switch to hand.
Switch to your hand.
because it's just it's too long. It droops over,
Yep.
so you got to get that off.
I usually still eat that off with my mouth because I like with my
Because
hand.
you turn around and eat backward.
I take one bite out of the peak, and then it makes it flat, so it doesn't droop anymore, and then you just turn it around and eat it backwards. Will you release an audio version of the Buzz on podcast platforms?
Hard no.
Yeah, I mean we're not skilled at sound engineering.
We're totally techie, not.
Yeah.
I really misconstrued those words. They went in the wrong order.
Really not.
Also, we don't know how to talk.
Oh goodness.
Yoda has entered the house.
No, so with that microphone, we would have to get all lapel mics, which is for 5 people is super
Really expensive.
super costly.
And then like
Not saying we never will.
I don't know
but-
what you call it, a merger, a condenser,
Condenser?
or
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Everything that they go into, and then out of that into something else. We don't have it.
We are not
Oh,
not ready
don't-
for that step.
we don't
Never.
have
And like I
that.
said, with 5 people, it's gonna be hard to distinguish voices from one another.
and it just sounds like chaos.
Yeah,
if you're just listening to audio, it's just gonna sound.
First of all, we laugh all the time, and Desi and Sherry practically sound the same. It doesn't seem like they
Say
would, but
something
they
to
do.
test it.
What am I supposed to say?
Hello.
No, because hello comes out at different pitches.
Well, hello there. Desiree often is laughing while she talks.
Yeah, she giggles
like
when
she
she
has a slight, a lilting speech,
She'll say 3 words and then she'll bust out into laughter
and finish her sentence
and
laughing.
finish her sentence while she's laughing.
You know,
Yeah,
and Sherry doesn't really do that as much.
can get annoying.
Probably. I would get annoyed too.
She just did it right there.
So good.
Are the submitters' questions topics anonymous to the viewers?
I hate when you say.
Yes.
Okay, whatever.
Yes, it would be anonymous.
Slash
Because that's what I would
Slash
like if
topics.
I
It's
were
so
to send in a
confusing.
question.
I mean, I think it would
Question
like
topic.
it will
Questions
Relieve-
/ topics, whatever.
relieve anxiety for people to ask a question. I think we'll get more feedback if we leave.
And
things
all of a
makes
sudden
it
there's
less
just
work for us.
Russian.
What's something you changed your mind about?
That is so difficult.
Oh,
That is real
But it's
hard.
interesting.
But it's hard.
That's a
that
great-
one blew
great
my
question.
mind.
It did. What did I
Oh,
change my
dear.
mind about? I'm pretty stubborn, so I don't think I changed my mind about much.
I had something earlier today, but I can't remember it.
I used to think the beardless men were better. And now, I think I like beards better. On most people.
That depends on the person a lot, though. But yeah, beards.
I used to just,
much,
I was
I
of the
think-
era when, like, clean shaven was the way.
I used to be that
Beards
way
are
too.
way more in now.
Yeah.
I definitely agree that beards look better because I shaved my beard
But-
off and it was awful.
Okay,
It
they
Oh,
look
that
better
looks
on
so
some
weird.
people, but certain people should not have a beard.
That's true.
Okay, so like if you grow like 5 hairs out of the left side of your chin, and that's all you can grow,
This is
That
my
is
beard.
nasty.
Better off to be
Clean shaven.
clean shaven.
Absolutely. Just get that clean shaven then.
See, when you
Close
start out
minded.
in the right place, you just don't have to change your mind.
Right.
Just kidding. I've actually changed my mind on a lot of things, but I can't remember one. I don't have.
I feel like
anything
there's
for that.
something
I thought it was
else.
a great question, and I had something.
This is
earlier.
the best question ever, and then one person has something. I put at the end of every episode, we pick up what our favorite question was in that episode.
No.
No, that's
picking.
rude.
No, because
Hashtag
nobody
rude.
knows.
No, because sometimes
This
you
is
don't know
something
what
you
the
can
best
change your
question
mind
is
on,
until
you
we
can
start
change your
I
discussing.
changed my mind on that. That was a horrible idea.
Well, I mean, like, some questions are easy to ramble on and others are just
Lance
not.
has changed his mind on a lot of things. Just
Yeah.
episode.
I mean, some things could be a good question if
Or-
they were taught, like being discussed by different people.
True.
Us, we
that
just
had
can't.
more different opinions.
We cannot even.
Yeah, well, actually, the biggest thing probably is I used to hate wearing new clothes.
I
Rude.
definitely remember that. Like temper
Oh my
tantrum
word.
hate.
I just hated new
That was
clothes.
some rough
Remember
Sunday
your little
morning.
pink shirt that you had to wear, and you hated it because it was a girl's color. You just absolutely hated that shirt.
Sunday
For-
morning, it was just
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Sunday morning
Absolutely.
was absolutely awful. Mom was,
chaotic.
I think you probably even got spanked.
I was a real piece of
Probably.
work.
And now it's like
I
you're
mean,
the one
like-
shopping.
And now, but then after you wore it several times, like that was his favorite shirt, and that's all he wanted to wear.
I think the biggest thing was I was wearing hand-me-downs a lot of the time.
No, when it was brand new, you absolutely hated it.
I very rarely got like brand.
I think that might have been my shirt. I remember wearing a pink shirt.
I do not like
About
wearing
that
things
size.
that other people wore. Now I can buy something at Goodwill, but it's not my favorite.
You could wear something at Goodwill if we bring it home for you. You just don't like shopping at Goodwill.
No, I
that's
do not
true.
mind shopping at Goodwill. I have no problem
Oh, that's
for
true.
shopping at Goodwill, but it's very hard to
As long
find
as
something
there's
that
no
fits
cat
me
hair on it, I'm
That's
okay
true.
with it.
at Goodwill or any used store.
That's also nice.
But yeah, anyway, I used to hate brand new clothes. I mean, I used to hate any new clothes. Now I really enjoy trying new things. Get off the phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we talking? Then.
Another thing that I changed my mind on was I used to hate the thought of having glasses that touched my cheeks.
Now
look
she
at Kara.
loves having
Look at Kara coming with all these mind-changing things. She's so
Open-minded.
open-minded,
But I ended up deciding that I like bigger
so
glasses.
teachable.
I used to never wear glasses for anything. Now I barely.
Let's just completely
For
switch.
the next
No.
episode, we are going to have you send in nouns. So proper nouns or common. What's the other noun?
You tell me, teacher. What?
Proper nouns or common nouns. You send in
Is there another kind?
a single word.
He's confusing now.
Well, like I mean, just
The regular noun.
Just
Common.
a noun.
The
Just a
regular
noun.
What's a
noun.
common noun?
Yeah.
send in a noun, and we will use it as a conversation starter. So what it made
Like-
us think of.
A prompt.
So what?
A prompt.
Prompt.
A prompt. Yes. I
No,
thought
it's
you
like
said
a prom?
yeah. there's a prompt. Like
Homeschool prom.
Oh.
Wow.
So
Oh,
just
my word.
just a
Tragic.
word. Like come up with a word for an example.
Glasses.
Glasses. Say like something
that was
like
really
that.
bad.
And then we will.
No, it's not.
You
Go
don't want to
off.
over-explain. I think they got.
Dude, what is your favorite kind
I
of cup?
think they got the point, right?
I already
Do
know what
you
your
have the point?
But I think we will also answer some
The point
questions,
is-
but also some no.
Yeah, we're not going to completely cut out the questions because that's our
For next
original
episode,
idea.
I'm
Right. We're gonna have. We're gonna
Keep
have
the questions coming. Sorry.
We're gonna have a story for questions and for nouns, so that we can do a little bit of both. Okay, bye.
No, I'm not doing that
We'd be
again.
like, okay, let's kneel for closing prayer.
What?
All like turned around in our chairs.
Nah.
No.
That's
I'm too lazy
mega
for that.
cringe.
No, I don't think we can have any closing. You just camera cut.
That's so awkward.
Oh no, the battery is low. We must hurry.